Hi everybody, it's James here from the Anvil. I hope everybody's doing really well. It has been a few days since I made a video, but I have been busy with a lot of other commitments and I haven't really had time to do any transfer news, let alone a video in general. But here I am, and I am going against what I said in my previous Wheel and Deal video because I am going to talk about a transfer report. I'll summarise what it is before I continue anymore. West Ham United has been linked with a move for Chelsea forward Armando Broja, who is currently on loan at Southampton. I am reporting this because it has come out over the last day or so in the press, and it has potential to have some bare bones on it, and there just needs to be a bit more flesh put on it, if you know what I'm saying. One thing that does strike me about this is that there is potential for this to go through with the last week of the window approaching. I can't believe that it's taken this long for West Ham to potentially even get any transfer business done. I think that's absolutely ridiculous. I mentioned that in the last Wheel and Deal video. I won't go into too much depth about that. However, what I will say is that it may now start to look like things are starting to push forward. And if that were to be the case, then I would expect the bare minimum of 2 signings to be made in the last week of the window, one of whom would be Broja. Broja has been at Chelsea for quite some time. He's been out on loan to Vitesse, which is a Dutch club that Chelsea likes to loan players out to. During his loan spell with Vitesse, he scored 10 goals in 30 games and then returned to the Premier League to join Southampton on loan. He has 5 Premier League goals in 18 league appearances for the Saints and has played in both fixtures against West Ham. I remember that when West Ham played Southampton at St Mary's, he struck the post after doing a deadly run into a one-on-one situation with Fabianski and hit the post. Broja is young for a start. He's 20 years old. He's somebody who needed to go out on loan to get some valuable experience, but in the Dutch league, it's not really an accurate judgment because that league has been known in recent years to be a good place for players to grow in, but they necessarily don't replicate it in the Premier League because the styles of football and the academics are different. With Broja, he hasn't had the regular goal-scoring touch that he had with Vitesse at Southampton, but he's still been a very impressive player nonetheless. I think he's good at doing one-on-ones and running with the ball, which will make him great on a counter-attacking system. He gets a lot of support at Southampton because of the midfield, and I think that's something he would thrive at West Ham. He'd have a lot of assistance in the midfield. With Southampton, you've got players like Ward-Prowse, Armstrong, who help with the passing and the flow of the ball. Southampton's quite similar to us in the sense that they have those fullbacks who get into offensive positions, players such as Livramento, who crosses it in a lot, and that's a similar trait that's at West Ham. So Broja would see a lot of similarities, I think, between the basics of Southampton and West Ham's playing styles. And the fact that he's working with players of similar calibre in terms of their attributes, i.e. Livramento likes to cross the ball into the box, as does Sofal, they're both assisters, that would help him to settle in at West Ham. There are other logistics that go into the deal. He would still be based in London and wouldn't have to necessarily move house. For example, as well, Declan Rice lives in the west of London and travels to the east. It would logistically make sense for Broja to stay in the capital. His family lives in Slough, which isn't too far away from London. And it'd just be very convenient for him as well to be close by. I'll give a little bit of trivia about him as well. He is born and raised British. He is from England, but his parents are of Albanian origin. In fact, Broja is only the second Albanian to play in the Premier League. The first was Lorik Kana, who played for Sunderland in the 2009-10 season. Lorik Kana made 31 appearances for Sunderland in his loan season in the Premier League and was the first Albanian to play in England, but he didn't stay for long and went to Galatasaray soon after. Broja was the first Albanian to score in the Premier League. And that's something that actually makes history in a way. The first of his country to score in a big, prestigious footballing league. He's also a full international for Albania, where he's got 3 goals and 10 appearances. And he plays football alongside Taulant Xhaka, who is the brother of Arsenal's Granit. Granit Xhaka, for the record, is of Albanian and Kosovan descent, but he was born in Switzerland and represents Switzerland internationally. Broja as well, he's had a steady rise to where he is today. I think he's one of those players who knew that he wasn't going to get a lot of chance in the Chelsea first team, not least when you've got players like Lukaku and the quality that Chelsea's got in its attacking depth. And so going out on loan for him has just been a better option. Gets game time, gets to play more, and has an opportunity to play the sport at different levels. Premier League, obviously, was always going to be a big temptation to play in. Southampton's given him that. If West Ham could intercept a deal and put some money down and get him on loan for the remainder of the season, that'd be a good start. And we have good relationships with Chelsea. And also, rumour has it, David Moyes is a big fan of Broja. And the key words in this are, David Moyes is a big fan. If David Moyes is a fan of a player, 9 times out of 10, the player does show a legitimate interest and it does happen. He does sign. Happened with Zuma. Happened with Lingard. Also, let's not forget that the board has supposedly given David Moyes money, something which he attested to in an interview. And Moyes admitted that the board was giving him the funds. So, we need a striker. We can't go the next 4 months or so without another striker. We need one. Broja would be the ticket. He would tick the box, as far as I'm concerned. And I think we need to get this done. And we need to get it done quickly, because we haven't got long left in the window. Get Armando Broja to West Ham, and we might have a little bit better a window than what we are thinking. Thank you very much for watching this episode of Wheel and Deal. If you liked the video, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe for more content. I'll be back posting regular content this week. I've got Off the Press to do. I've got a final scouting report of the month to do, which I haven't got onto yet. And I might throw in a couple more Wheel and Deals if any transfer rumours come up. Thank you very much for watching this, guys. Take care, everybody, and I will see you all soon.